Hi everyone, welcome back to the Augsburg Weekly Sports Updates. Jess Olson, who we've been trying to set up an interview for months, has finally come on and joined us.
He always ditches me.
Oh yeah, that's completely my bad. I apologize to everyone waiting for this interview, but we finally got her on, and so thank you so much for joining us, Jess. Talking about today, a lot of, you've been a four-year starter here, you've had a storied and illustrious career, we shall say, and let's start at the beginning of that and then transition into the team as a whole. You were the captain of Wayzata hockey in high school. How did you find your way to Augsburg from Wayzata, and what went in the decision-making process?
Well, my mom went here, and so did my sister-in-law, and she played hockey here, and she said kind of like what a great experience the program was, coaching staff and everything, so kind of pushed me to go here. It was the only school I applied to, and I wanted to stay close to home. I love the community here, so.
You had some interesting goals coming in. I noticed that you said, I want to have memorable experience, and I want to really make the most of my time and create some good memories. And so, a lot of people you see have more personal goals. You want to go all conference, score 20 goals or anything. But talk about how that reflects on the program as far as overall with kind of the hard aspect as we're kind of talking about. And for you, has it been memorable for you? And as far as personal accomplishments, do you feel like those are important at all? Because those goals would seem to be more of a team thing, which is really, I feel, a good reflection on the program.
Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I don't think it's about like the stats as a person. I think it's the memories and what you're going to make of the program. I mean, 5 years down the road, you're not going to be like, oh, I scored 5 goals in this game, or something like that. You're going to remember the memories like freshman year, Dirty Dozen, getting it done, and things like that. So that's kind of my take on it.
Talk about your career. You talked about memorable experience, and you really were telling me earlier that it's really about the memories, like you're saying. And have you had a memorable career? Have you fulfilled your goals? Do you feel like have you come here and really? Obviously you've given it your all, and you've maybe not come to the most winning program, but obviously you have great things you can take away from here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be the top team, but not everybody can, and so. The memories are definitely going to continue to be with me for all the years, and I think that's what makes it a good career and a good experience. What
do you think is the one thing, you talked about the Dirty Dozen, getting done everything. What's the one thing you would take from your career, and maybe some wisdom you could pass on to your fellow teammates?
Like memories-wise?
Yeah.
I think definitely freshman year beating St. Thomas, and this year beating St. Thomas, being the underdogs, it's always fun. And some advice is just go out there every game, leave it all out there. The 4 years goes quick, so make your season what you want to remember, I guess, and leave it all out there, play with your heart. Going
into your last series, obviously, it's, I would think kind of an emotional thing. 4-year starter, you being a rock in the program for so long, a captain, the whole thing. So, how important is it for you? Do you think to go out there, end your career with a couple W's, and have something you say you went out, on top, let's say. You had a couple W's and you really left your mark on the program.
I think that's going to be huge for us seniors and for the whole program. Not only is it going to be big for us to remember going out beating a great team like Gustavus, but to help the program roll into next year too with such good momentum. So.
Right. And talking about the program next year, obviously you have a great senior class yourself, 20 months. Moving on, especially with defensemen and goalies. It's important. Has been obviously huge in this program for so long, keeping you guys in games. And you scored a couple goals, on the offensive end a few games ago. So really having an overall mark in the game. So looking into next year, losing obviously such good players. You played with a lot of young, 14, 15 freshmen the entire year. So talk about where you see this program going, and in the future, where you see it headed as far as success. That if you think that these girls are really going to step up and carry the program?
They definitely can step up. I think that the biggest thing is playing with their heart, and the chemistry is there, the skill is there. They just need to go out, like I said before, every game playing with their heart and knowing they can do it, having the confidence.
Talk about the heart aspect again. As we're kind of focusing on it, I suppose, is that you obviously have had a great deal of heart. You come back working hard every day for 4 years. I mean, if there were one important thing, would you say that would be it, as far as maybe not necessarily a whole talent thing, but as far as heart can make up for a lot of talent, I feel like. So would you say that that's the most important thing for the girls to focus on heading into next year?
Yeah, not only heart, but like hard work. Like Tony says all the time, hard work beats talent.
Right.
So I think it's big.
Right. So looking at yourself, going back to you, we've kind of come full circle here. What do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see this Augsburg education taking you? You obviously have succeeded here in a number of aspects in the classroom as well. So in say 5 years down the road, where do you see yourself, and do you think that Augsburg's really prepared you for where you're going?
Yeah, I think with all the skills from all the classes and everything, I really want to be having my own business and running my own thing there. But it's a good education, which is going to be good down the road, help me make some money, and hopefully have family. So.
5 o'clock this weekend, Gustavus at home. Obviously, we talked about getting a couple W's. For you, it's gonna be senior night. I don't want to make it like this, but I know I would cry if it were senior night and I was going out there. Is it going to be emotional for you?
I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your great career. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Gustavus, 5 o'clock right before the men's playing game over at Augsburg Ice Arena. Good luck to you on both those games, and hopefully Augsburg can have us a couple W's. And we'll see you next year on the Augsburg Women's Hockey Updates.